So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Swagner17, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my offensive scheme for Madden 20. This is the 5th year in a row that I'm making a Madden offensive scheme video, so let's just head right over into practice mode and get right into it. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this video will not feature broken pass plays or money glitch plays or even big pass plays, period. My offensive scheme mainly focuses on running the ball, because running the ball is very OP inside of Madden 20, if you haven't already figured that out. Alright, so I'm going to show you a handful of run plays that are very effective, and then we'll get into that and how it plays into our scheme, you know? Okay, so first of all, I really would suggest using the Saints playbook if you're on Xbox especially, but if you're on PlayStation, you can go ahead and download my offensive playbook. It's called Brother! I made a video about that. But anyways, if you don't want to do that, you can just use the Saints playbook. It's just a little bit worse than mine, but it still will get the job done no matter what. Now, one of the very best offensive runs inside the game, believe it or not, comes out of the ace formation, single back ace. It is the 0-1 trap. As you can see, I've only called it 34 times, but on average it gives me 14.2 yards per carry, which is very good, and that's taking into consideration that I've gotten many like 75-yard runs just first play of the game, basically, and I'll show you some highlights later on. But basically, we're going to run this play. We'll just go up against a base cover 3 defense, and I'll just go ahead and run this and show you guys how it works. So as you can see, the blockers, they just do their job, and the blocking is so OP, and Alvin Kamara can just run up the field for easy yardage just about every time. So if they're ever running like a base defense, like I don't even have to make any moves. I'm just running straight up field. Like the blocking is so good on this 0-1 trap play. So that's just always a good play you can pull out basically at any time in the game. And the good thing about this formation, I mean, you can switch it up. There's a couple good pass plays. You can run this 23 open zone play. It's a pretty good inside run. As you can see, the blockers just do a really good job. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, is what team to choose. Now, I personally believe it doesn't really matter what team you choose. I mean, whatever team you feel comfortable with. I am a Saints fan, but I just so happen to play very well with the Saints. I know some of my friends, they use other teams that they don't necessarily like, but it fits their play style in Madden. Like one of my friends, big Buccaneers fan, but obviously he's not going to use the Buccaneers on Madden. He uses the Ravens, and he is very successful at running the ball. Almost 500 rushing yards in his last online game I saw. It's insane. But and that's because Lamar Jackson he just runs a read option basically. Now, I'm not going to suggest, I mean, if that's your play style, go ahead, but obviously you can't do that with the Saints. Let me just show you a few other plays though. Alright, I really like to go down to gun formation, doubles offset right here. The inside zone play, as you can see, 7.1 yards per carry. We'll just go with another base defense. You'll probably see a lot of base defense. At least that's what I run, because it's very effective. I'm going to make an defensive scheme video, and it's going to mostly feature this base defense right here. But anyways, let's just run this inside zone. It's a very simple read. I didn't read it very well, that play, but it's a very simple read. You either cut up inside in between the tackles, or you bounce it outside, depending on what reads they give you right here. And it's a lot easier when you're playing online. The CPU does not make human errors. When you're playing an online game, humans tend to overcommit and over-pursue, often going for hit sticks that they'll never get, and where you can just bounce it outside. Like, I'm doing a really bad job against the computer here explaining it, but I'm sure you can know what I mean when you're running outside and you see a user player coming at you. They're going to go for the hit stick, but you just keep bouncing it outside, and they're going to miss, and you're going to gain at least 10 more yards on top of that. So it's very effective to just run outside on the player. This is bad footage I'm showing you, but trust me, you'll know what I mean when you do it on an online game. But anyways, let's just get into a few more plays. Now, one of the most slept on formations that nobody would ever expect to be good is surprisingly goal line running. Now, obviously, I mean, the Saints, they use Latavius Murray. You can use Alvin Kamara, but I do have a lot of success using Latavius Murray. He's a pretty good power back. I get some good trucks with him. But anyways, we're going to put in Alvin Kamara and go to goal line. Now, this power O play right here, triangle, averages me 9.4 yards per carry. And then, where's the other one? Halfback sting here, triangle, 8.3 yards per carry. So now let me just show you. We go to power O. Let's just do base defense again, cover 3. Now you'll see the left guard is going to pull and he's going to go block someone. So we're just going to follow up in there and it should pick up some decent yardage right here. As you can see, that linebacker, who's that, Deion Jones, yeah, he's a monster. He's going to get us. But it is good for getting us some decent yardage right here. Okay, linebacker got us again, but let me just audible it to halfback sting. It's nice that you can audible to this play with basically whatever goal line you're running. So halfback sting is a run to the weak side, but it surprisingly does very good. And that Deion Jones CPU is just incredible. That's not even Deion Jones. That's someone else. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyways, let's just run halfback sting again. And oh my god, that 54, I don't know who that is, but he is getting me every single time. I swear it's not like that. That man is just an absolute monster. But anyways, I promise you, you guys can run this online. It is going to be very effective. You can't really spam it too much, but you can mix it up. I mean, you're either running left or right. They can't always guess exactly where you're going. But trust me, I'm not getting the best footage here, but trust me, it is very good. I'm about to show you guys some online footage to prove to you how good these plays are. Now, I'm just going to show you a passing little input to this scheme, because you're not going to run the ball 100% of the game, but there's going to be times you're going to need to pass, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So the good thing I like about the Saints is they have a good empty formation. Now, I like to use the empty formation, but let's just pretend like we're not going to. Let's say we're using this formation. We're running inside zone. You run it 2 times, you get to 3rd down. So let's say you get. Let's just choose it, and we'll go from audibles. Okay, so let's say it's 3rd down right now. So you're going to audible. You're going to choose a play. Basically, this isn't the best play I could have chosen, but the good thing. Okay, let's just start from scratch. Here we go. Okay. So what I like to do when I'm doing a pass play, I always like to have a drag route. I put Cook on a drag route right here. People do not know how to defend drag routes. You have to user it. The CPU has a very tough time defending drag routes. So that's the good thing about always having a drag route. The next thing I like to do is have a beater route. In case it's man coverage, you need to have a beater route. If you don't know what a beater route is, it just means a route that can beat man coverage. So like a corner route or an out route. So you see I put Smith on an out route. And the CPU is not in man coverage right now because I put him in cover 3. But basically if this was man coverage, Smith right here would obviously break off that. Corner routes are also very good. So any plays that have corner routes are very good. And then I also like to always put Alvin Kamara, which is the best thing about having the Saints. You can put Alvin Kamara on a Texas route. Texas route is very OP inside of Madden, and it has been for the past, like, I don't know, 10 games. But basically, the Texas route is that little angle route right there. It's pretty simple reads, honestly. If you can notice right off the bat if it's man coverage, and then you should be looking either towards Smith or Alvin Kamara, because depending on who your defender is using, you could get it easy. If he's using a middle linebacker and he messes up, Alvin Kamara is wide open. But if you're playing zone coverage, you're likely going to pass it to Cook or Kamara. And like I said, Cook, it's going to get you a couple yards, depending on what your situation is. But this time I'm just going to show you the Texas route. And Alvin Kamara, he has that run after catch ability or whatever. But a lot of times I will get his X factor activated just from doing Texas routes or even wheel routes. And that his ability makes it to where if it's one-on-one coverage, he always wins run after catches or whatever. But anyways, I'm doing a bad explanation on this, but pass plays, focus on multiple reads. You're going to have to play smart football. If you're using the Saints, you shouldn't have to worry about accuracy or pressure. Drew Brees can stand in the pocket and do a really good job. You just need to remember that your audibles, Michael Thomas does get a lot more audibles as well. You can put him on an out route. You can put him on a corner route. It's a really good corner route, man coverage beater, and Alvin Kamara on the Texas route is very good, and drag routes are also very good. Now the good thing is you can do drag routes out of any position, like outside receiver, like Ginn here. We can put Ginn on a drag route, and he's just going to come open right over the middle of the field, and it's just good to have things going to the same side of the field, like Alvin Kamara. he does that angle route and he goes to the left side of the field. But then also the drag route's coming to the left side of the field. And then if you have an out route, that's also going to the left side of the field. So everything's shifting to the left. And they have to commit to one thing, and you just have to choose the right one and make the right read. It's a little complicated at first, but as long as you practice it, you should find a lot of success whenever you need to pass. I try to not pass the ball when I play Madden. I'm probably running 90% of the time. I'm probably averaging like 5 or 6 passes per game, honestly. Like, I really do not pass the ball. I average like 50 passing yards a game and about 200 rushing yards per game because nobody knows how to stop the run online. Like, I just run straight up the middle. My blockers do the job. Like, it's too easy. Alright, now let me just show you guys some online highlights. Pretty good stuff. Alright, next up, this is in overtime against the Packers. This is a halfback base play. I forgot to show that. But Alvin Kamara, straight up the middle, touchdown in overtime. That's game over. This is another play I forgot to show, but it is in the Saints playbook. Just a power run, and Alvin Kamara, I don't make any moves. I just run, follow my blocks, and I'm just home free for a touchdown right before halftime. Now, you would think that using the Cowboys would be very effective for this scheme because of their good O-line and Ezekiel Elliott, but for some reason, I have had not much success while using the Cowboys. I don't know why. Their O-line is very high overall. It seems like they should be very good at this scheme, but for some reason, the blockers do not block good, and it really upsets me. So I just stick with the Saints because that's what works for me. Alright, here's that same power play I was just talking about. Alvin Kamara breaks a tackle. Oh, the user messes up. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you're playing against user players, they tend to mess up on their tackles. They're not very good at tackling. All you got to do is make a move, and you're home free. Now, this is some footage of using Todd Gurley. It's that same power play, and I just follow my blocks. Bad user right there. Todd Gurley is off to the races. See, running the ball is so OP, man. Now, here's a play using the Ravens. This is a halfback wham play. It's pretty effective, and I get the truck with Mark Ingram on his former team, but obviously he's pretty slow. But that's just a good run play right there in the first quarter. Here is a counter play that I did not mention in my plays that you should use, but a counter play is very effective inside of Madden 20. Here's just an inside zone run play. I bounce it outside, make a move, and all I got to do is make another move, break J.J. Watt's tackle, back juke on Jadeveon Clowney out into the end zone. This is how good the Saints are. This is how good running the football is inside of Madden 20. This is just a standard halfback dive. I run straight up the middle, break 2 tackles, and I'm off to the races. It's too good. Alright guys, this is going to be the last clip I show you. This is the 0-1 trap play I was telling you about in an online game. Breaks a couple tackles, and Alvin Kamara off to the races for a 94-yard touchdown. Do you know how big that is? A 94-yard touchdown, guys. That is going to be it for today's video. A very long video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope it does help you. All you got to do to win in Madden is run the football, alright? Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like on this video. Hopefully we can get this video close to 1,000 views. My previous Madden offensive scheme videos have gotten quite a lot of views, so it'd be pretty nice to get this one a lot of views. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and until my next video, freaking deuces.